It's just raw footage, buddy. So that is there.
Gives us
all right.
Oh, that's on it.
You're in. You're part of. You're part of the Mr. Sturp's classroom on YouTube. All right. Item number 1 on the agenda. There is a Schoology. Okay. And I believe it's due Sunday. Whoops. Due Sunday night at
11:59 p.m. How did you guess it?
Is it actually 7 p.m. not a.m.
Wait, what is
I
it?
think so. I'd say give yourself a 12-hour cushion.
When do we have a school?
Yeah, well, it's open now.
Wait, what's
When
that
do we have
assignment
a
called?
I
What's
just
that
have an assignment that's on Schoology to do.
Wait, what's that assignment called?
messed up, Mr. Sturp.
It is called Standard Form Quiz. Okay? So that's item 1 on the agenda. So it's, I believe, 5 questions. Bless you. 3 or 4 of them are multiple choice. Cool? All right. Let's move on. So problem number 1. We have x equals 4. We have y equals 3. We have x equals -3. Are these the first 3 questions? Okay, so these are all special case ones. Okay, they're straight lines. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what kind of straight line are 1 and 3? They're vertical. So I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4 in the x direction, and I draw my line straight up and down. Hey, quick question. See who can apply something from last or a few lessons ago. Is that a function?
No.
Why not?
Because it's straight.
Okay.
The X.
What else? Vertical line test obviously doesn't pass a vertical line, does it?
The domain would repeat.
The domain repeats non-stop on these. Hey, what kind of vertical line is this one? Where do I graph this one?
-3.
A -3. And again, that also is not a function because the vertical line doesn't pass. The domain repeats non-stop. And then let's get to this one in the middle. Horizontal line, where does it go?
3.
Up 3. 1 and 2 and 3. What do you think? Easy enough? Cool. Hey, is the middle one a function?
Yes.
Yeah, vertical line test works. Good deal. You guys are nailing it. All right, so let's look at 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just write them all here. What does the directions on this say while I'm writing down? Do we have to graph them?
No.
Just find the x and y intercepts. Okay. Yep, we use the cover method, which means we're substituting in 0 for x and y values. Cool? We got the clapping. All right. So if I use the cover method here, if I cover up the x, I'm putting 0 in for x. So what does y equal to?
2.
-2. Good. If I cover up the y, that means I'm plugging 0 in for y. So what does x equal to? Yep.
So I just wrote down x equals 5 and y equals 8.
Nope. Make it in order to pair, please. Okay?
Oh.
So if I'm doing the cover method and I want to solve for y, I'm going to cover up the x. If I cover up the x, what value am I plugging in for x? 0. So y is equal to? 3. If I do the cover method over the y, what am I plugging in for y then? 0. So 3x equals 12. So what's... Okay, so again, whatever letter I'm covering, you're plugging 0 in for. Yeah.
So would you counter off on the test if we just put x equals 4?
Oh.
I want you to have it as a point, please.
Well, yeah, but like, would you counter off?
Yes, I would. I would take 1 point off a 3-point question. Yeah.
Do you need us to have like 2 different ones, or can I do?
Nope, that is a way different point.
Okay.
So I want it. So notice, These are two different points that I've established. One of them crosses the x-axis, one of them crosses the y-axis. That's why we do it. Sir? 4, 3 is not where they cross. So this is what's going on with this problem. 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what the line would look like. If on this one you were to say, well, it happens at 4, 3, what's the problem with the point 4, 3 with our line? Does it lie on the line? No. So notice how I have written these, and so this is why we have homework. You know, it's practice. Make sure when you are writing them as a point, don't write it as the point where it's the same value that you're plugging in for. You are substituting in. When I cover, that means you are placing 0 in for the x or the y value, depending upon what you're covering. Okay? So let's talk this one more time. Let's make sure we can make this work. I have 2 points that are going to be created. Agree? One of the points, I'm going to have 0 in the x. One of the points, I'm going to have 0 in for the y. Agree? So if I have 0 in for the x, I'm going to cover that because negative 3 times 0 is 0. It's nothing, so it's covered up. It's gone. So 5y equals negative 30. What is y equal to? Negative 6. So the point 0, negative 6 is where it crosses the y-axis there. Okay, which value is this? I'm plugging 0 in for what value here?
Or
Y. So this is gone. It's covered up because 5 times 0 is 0, so it's gone. Negative 3x equals negative 30. So what's x equal to?
10.
Positive 10. That's a very much different point than 10 comma negative 6. 10 comma negative 6 doesn't even exist on our line, as I have just shown here. Okay? Again, cover method's going to work, but let's make it right. So I plug 0 in for the x, plug 0 in for the y. If I plug 0 in for the x, I cover this. So I get negative 4y equals 24. What's negative 6? And now I'm going to use the cover method here. So that means I'm plugging 0 in for y. If I plug 0 in for y, I get negative 6x equals 24. So x equals negative 4. Done. So the cover method is a quick method, but please understand that when you are covering up a letter, that means a 0 is being substituted in for it to create 2 entirely different points. Okay? Can a graph be a straight line and it crosses at 0, 0 only? And if it crosses at 0, 0 only, what does that even mean? It's like saying x plus y, okay? Or x is equal to y is actually what it is. So x minus y equals 0. You're a Brom.
So doesn't 0, 0 mean it's a perfectly linear equation?
Perfect what?
Perfectly linear equation.
Well, linear equation is just a straight line, so there's not really a perfect one.
Okay.
But it's you could say if a line goes through 0, 0 and has a slope of 1, that's the parent function, and then everything else would shift up, down, right, or left. Does that make sense if I say that? Okay. All right, so that's 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Number 8 and number 9. I know normally I'm not writing it, so I have this, and I have this. Okay, and both of these we want to graph them. Okay, so let's be careful on this. I want to make sure you feel comfortable. I'm plugging 0 in either for x or 0 for y. That's why we are covering the appropriate. If I plug 0 in for x, that means I'm covering this. So I get 4y equals 8. So what's y equal to? 2. So 0 comma 2 is right here. Agree? So again, I'm going to use the cover method. So I'm going to plug in 0 for, in this case, for y. So I'm going to cover this up. So I get 2x equals 8. So x equals what? 4. So the cover method worked nicely, finding where it crosses the x and the y-axis. Those of you who say, well, 4, 2 is also a point. Well, 4, 2 is right here. So the point 42 is right there. Is that point on this line? So 42 can't be a solution. So please, however we need to make that undo in your heads, let's do that. Okay, problem number 9. Again, I'm going to plug in 0 for x and 0 for y, and this is going to allow us to use the cover method. So if I plug 0, 1 for x, I get 3 times x, which is 0, so that's gone now. What's y have to equal then? 6. So 0, 6 is up here. I'm plugging 0 in for the y, so 2 times y, or 2 times 0 is 0, so that's not covered up. So what does x have to equal to? 4. Okay? And then connect the dots. And again, if you were to say, the 0.46 is what part of the equation? 0.46 is right there. 0.46 is not on the line at all, so it's not a solution. So please don't use it. Don't combine together. Don't mismatch or mash these together because it's incorrect. And if you put them together, I'm going to take 2 points off a 3-point problem. So let's undo it, please. I'm on to the back side. Is that okay? May I undo this? So number 10, I have this. And number 11, I have this. Okay, so I would like somebody to talk me through how I'm going to graph the first one. Someone who I doesn't talk often. If I were to use the cover method, what number am I going to plug in and where? What number should I plug in? What's my plug-in to cover stuff up?
0.
Thank you for speaking out of turn. 0. So I'm going to plug 0 in where? In for what and what? X and for y. And so here. So you're right. I'm going to plug this in. So what happens if I plug -5 times 0? What do I get? 0. So that means this is covered up. I no longer use it. So 2y equals 20, Charity. So what does y have to equal to if 2y is equal to 20? 10. Good. So 0, 10. Way up here, right? All right. So I'm going to plug this 0 in. Where does this 0 get plugged in now? Where did I plug this one into? Which one is this going to go into? The y. So -5x equals 20. So what does x have to equal? -5 times what gives me 20? -4. Good. Other than Rom, who would you like me to pick on next? Call him out. Natasha, she threw you under the bus. You're the last one picked on. So, Natasha, what am I going to plug? Oh, I forgot to plug. -4 right there. So, Natasha, what am I going to plug in and where?
Alright, so for x, you're going to plug in 0.
Okay.
And then in order to get 20, you have to multiply -4 times 5.
Whoops. If I plug 0 in for x, that's what?
Oh, if I plug, okay.
So
It'd be -5.
Okay, so if I plug 0 in for x, that's gone now, right?
Right.
So then I get 4y equals 20. So what does y equal?
5.
Now where am I going to plug 0 in?
For the y value.
So it's over here, right? So that goes in here. And how does that work?
-5.
There you go. So let's plot both of these. 0, 5. And -5. Is that all right? Connect the dots. Other than Rom, who would you like me to pick on?
Abby.
Uh-oh. The girls are getting picked on today. I'm sorry. All right. Hang on, Abby. Let me write these up here real quick. Abby, what and where am I going to plug stuff in? 0 where? 0. And then second spot. Okay. Which is that spot right there? X. So negative 3 times 0 is 0. So I'm going to cover that up. So I get 4y equals 16. So what does y have to equal? 4. All right. Okay, the next one, I'm going to plug 0 in where? What am I going to plug it in for? Into the y spot. So negative 3x equals 16. So how does that work? 16 over negative 3 is negative 5 1/3, maybe? I finally make it a mixed number. So Cupcake back there is happy about it. Who always corrects me every time. We won't mention any names. We'll just call Rom Cupcake. That all right? Sweet. Abby, who am I picking on? Other than Rom. SD's in the house. All right, SD. I'm plugging 0 is in where?
And the X.
Okay, and then the
Y.
okay, so if I plug 0 in for X, that's covered up. So what's Y equal to there? If I plug 0 in for Y. Oh, wait. I goofed up, didn't I? No, I didn't. Oh, there we go. What does X have to equal then? Negative 12? Okay, so 0, 4 is here. And negative 12. That all right?
Yeah.
Connect the dots. Sweet. Okay. So yesterday, Mr. Stacks, was it you that asked me, where's the error on this one?
Don't answer.
I don't even get a paper.
Was it you who had asked me where the error was on this one?
I did.
Are you?
It was not.
Oh, it's 14.
No, it was confusing.
All right, so
Yeah, the error was
There was no error.
the plotted point they did.
was it? Okay, I don't know. So I think I have to do this, which means
They plotted it 9.
Oh.
Look at this smarty over here.
Never mind then.
I'm so sorry.
That's a
Wait, I don't even get to pick anything.
no. Oh, so those are the points. So take a look where the error is at.
They plotted it 9,
So 0, negative 4 is down here, right? And 9 zeros over here. 9, I think that's right. So that's 9, that's negative 4. So this is what this would look like. What are they saying for the answer?
9,
So they're saying that 9 comma negative 4 is the intercept, which is yeah, that's not right. These are the answers. The point is not the answer. Cool. What do you think? We good?
Good.
We all good.
All right. So your assignment for tonight.
We don't do this one.
No, go ahead and hand this one in. Make sure your name's on it. And I'd like you to start on worksheet number 4B, which is pages 75, 76. There's also the Schoology. I'm going to give you a choice. I'll open up the cart if you want to use one of the Chromebooks. So you can do, you either work on this or this, one of the two. Make sense?
Schoology.